This week, we're going to keep reading through the Gospel of Luke, and I encourage you to keep looking for the ways that Luke is helping us see that Jesus has come to take the role of a servant. And now that he has turned his attention towards Jerusalem and towards his death, Jesus' tone takes a turn towards the more somber and the more serious. Now, that may not seem like the typical role of a servant, but I want to suggest to you that it is. Consider how unpleasant and even painful it can be to have to deliver bad news. I often try to avoid it. But there are times when telling someone what is true and hard actually leads to life rather than stifling life. Just like a good doctor has to deliver the bad news of disease sometimes so it can be treated. Withholding the bad news of disease leads to death, but sharing it can lead to life. Jesus, the greatest physician, must deliver some bad news about sin so that it can be treated. And in this way, he serves his followers, his disciples, and those that are willing to listen. He takes the unpleasant role that we so often try to avoid. One of the ways he accomplishes this is by telling parables. You're going to see a lot of parables in what we read in Luke this week, and some will be very familiar, and some may be a little less familiar. Here's a few helpful things to keep in mind when you're reading a parable. There's typically just one point that's being emphasized. So try not to get lost in the details. Look for that one major point. Not every little detail should be pressed for symbolic meaning. Look for the big concept that Jesus is seeking to help his followers better grasp. Some of those big concepts are meant for our comfort, and some are meant to make us feel uncomfortable.